Brer Possum's Dilemma by Jackie Torrance. Back in the days when the animals could talk, there lived old Brer Possum. He was a fine feller. Why, he never liked to see no critters in trouble. He was always helping out, a-doing something for others. Every night old Brer Possum climbed into a persimmon tree, hung by his tail, and slept all night long. And each morning he climbed out of a tree and walked down the road to sun himself. One morning as he walked, he came to a big hole in the middle of the road. Now, old Brer Possum was kind and gentle, but he was also nosy, so he went over to the hole and looked in. All at once he stepped back, 'cause laying at the bottom of that hole was old Brer Snake with the brick on his back. Brer Possum said to himself, "I best get in out of here, 'cause if Brer Snake is mean and evil and low down, and if I get to staying around him, he just might get to biting me." So Brer Possum went on down the road, but Brer Snake had never seen Brer Possum, and he commenced to calling for him. "Help me, Brer Possum." Brer Possum stopped and turned around. He said to himself, "That's old Brer Snake a-calling me. What do you reckon he wants?" Well, old Brer Possum was kind-hearted, so he went back down the road to the hole, stood at the edge, and looked down at Brer Snake. "Was that you a-calling me? What do you want?" Brer Snake looked up and said, "I've been down here in this hole for a mighty long time with the brick on my back. Won't you help get it off of me?" Brer Possum thought, "Now listen here, Brer Snake, I know you. Yous means evil and low down, and if I was to get in that hole and get to lifting that brick off your back, you wouldn't do anything but bite me." Old Brer Snake just hissed. He hissed. "Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not." Brer Possum said, "I ain't sure about you at all. I just don't know. You're a-going to have to let me think about it." So old Brer Possum thought. He thought high and he thought low, and just as he was thinking, he looked up into the tree and saw a dead limb a-hanging down. He climbed into the tree, broke off the limb, and with that old stick pushed that brick off Brer Snake's back. Then he took off down the road. Brer Possum thought he was away from old Brer Snake when all at once he heard something. "Help me, Brer Possum." Brer Possum, "Oh no, that's him again." But being so kind-hearted, Brer Possum turned around, went back to the hole, and stood at the edge. "Brer Snake, was that you a-calling me? What do you want now?" Old Brer Snake looked up out of the hole and hissed, "I've been down here for a mighty long time, and I've gotten a little weak, and the sides of this old hole are too slick for me to climb. Do you think you can lift me out of here?" Brer Possum thought. "Now you just wait a minute. If I was to get down into that hole and lift you out of there, you wouldn't do anything but bite me." Brer Snake hissed, "Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not." Brer Possum said, "I just don't know. You're going to have to give me some time to think about this." So old Brer Possum thought, and as he thought, he just happened to look down there in the hole and see that old dead limb. So he pushed the limb underneath old Brer Snake, and he lifted "I'm out of the hole, way up in the air," and throwed him into the high grass. Brer Possum took off a-running down the road. Well, he thought he was away from old Brer Snake when all at once he heard something. "Help me, Brer Possum." Brer Possum thought, "That's him again." But being so kind-hearted, he turned around, went back to the hole, and stood there looking at Brer Snake. Brer Snake crawled out of the high grass just as slow as he could, stretched himself out across the road, reared up, and looked at old Brer Possum. Then he hissed, "I've been down there in that old hole for a mighty long time, and I've gotten a little cold because the sun didn't shine. Do you think you could put me in your pocket and get me warm?" Brer Possum said, "Now you listen here, Brer Snake, I know you. You's mean and evil and low down, and if I put you in my pocket, you won't do nothing but bite me." Brer Snake hissed, "Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. No siree, Brer Snake, I know you. I just ain't a-going to do it." But just as Brer Snake was talking to Brer Snake, Brer Possum was talking to Brer Snake, he happened to get a real good look at him. He's a-layin' there looking so pitiful, and Brer Possum's great big heart began to feel sorry for old Brer Snake. "All right," said Brer Possum, "you must be cold, so just this once I'm going to put you in my pocket." So old Brer Snake coiled up just as little as he could, and Brer Possum picked him up and put him in his pocket. Brer Snake laid quiet and still, so quiet and still that Brer Possum even forgot he was carrying him around. But all of a sudden, Brer Snake commenced to crawling out, and he turned and faced Brer Possum and hissed, "I'm a-going to bite you." But Brer Possum said, "Now wait a minute. Why are you going to bite me? I done took that brick off your back. I got you out of that hole, and I put you in my pocket to get you warm. Why are you going to bite me?" Brer Snake hissed, "You know I was a snake before you put me in the pocket. And when you're minding your own business, and you spot trouble, don't never trouble till trouble troubles you." I'm going to say that again. And when you're minding your own business, and you spot trouble, don't never trouble till trouble troubles you. The end.